I'm Rian Johnson. I'm in the Criterion Closet. As you can see, this is very exciting. I'm going to start with one of my dearest friends, Karyn Kusama, in her brilliant movie, GIRLFIGHT. One of my favorite directors. She's also one of my favorite people. And the auteur theory kind of gets knocked a bit, probably rightly so, because it kind of sometimes implies the director does everything and they don't. But I do fundamentally believe that a movie kind of ends up reflecting almost unintentionally the spirit of the director. And I believe that with Karyn's work, absolutely. I feel like you watch something like Jennifer's Body and that wicked sense of humor, that's in Karyn. You watch something like Destroyer and kind of the depths of layers of Nicole Kidman's character, that's in Karyn too. And you watch GIRLFIGHT and it feels punk rock and it feels at the same time deeply, deeply human. Karyn is also one of the best cooks that I know, and I feel like that ties into her movies. Just this kind of this beautiful manipulation of craft in order to kind of have this emotional effect on the people that she's serving it up to, and she served this one up, GIRLFIGHT. I want to talk about one other friend. I want to talk about Gina Prince Bythewood and Love and Basketball. She's not like boisterous. She's not like in your face kind of like energy at all. In fact, she's always a little bit kind of like, sitting back and a little bit kind of like quiet sometimes, but then you get to know her and you realize she's got an athlete. She started as an athlete. She's got an athlete's confidence. And this first movie is a fantastic romantic kind of exploration of that. It makes all the sense to me that she's kind of now making some of the most human, kick-ass, huge action movies that Hollywood is kicking out right now with like The Woman King. Gina, I love you. And I love Love and Basketball. I'm in here, I'm thinking about another good friend of mine, my buddy Ted Griffin, who wrote Ocean's 11 and Matchstick Men. He also wrote a movie that I love called Ravenous, no, sorry, Ted, it's not in the collection. However, I did bring my own copy of Ravenous. And so Ted Griffin, Ravenous is now in the Criterion Collection. You're welcome. So we can talk about Mike Leigh all day long. And there's a couple other movies of his in the collection. It's a controversial statement. I think my favorite Mike Leigh movie is actually Topsy-Turvy, period piece about, Gilbert and Sullivan who created these kind of wonderful little operetta soufflés, Pirates of Penzance and the Mikado. This is about the making of the Mikado. It's about the creative process, and it's about us doing what we do, kind of making these things. And even when the thing itself is kind of this topsy-turvy, beautiful little confection, just the blood, sweat, and tears that go into it. Jim Broadbent is absolutely fabulous in it. Also, this disc includes A Sense of History, which is a short that Broadbent wrote that he did with Mike Leigh. And it's actually one of my favorite Mike Leigh movies. Also, it's like a 20-minute short. It is also on the Criterion channel right now. So stop this video, hit stop, or hit pause, and then come back to it, I guess. But go right now and watch A Sense of History, and watch it to the end, because I promise you, it's a journey. It goes someplace by the end of it. Hell's Angels. Okay, so I'm actually picking this. Really, my wife, Karina Longworth, is the one who should be here right now talking about this movie. I'm picking it because I want to reacquaint myself with it. I want to rewatch it. And also, how amazing is the artwork. Anyway, my wife, Karina, wrote a book about Howard Hughes, which was called Seduction. And this was a movie that Howard Hughes made and famously kind of spent so long making it, spent so much money, remade it. I believe they started making it in the silent era and then basically reshot it for sound, and just it was the Apocalypse Now of its day. Can't wait to watch this beautiful restoration. Sorry, I just got lost reading the back of it. Going in the bag. Thank you so much for being in this closet with me. Let's not make it weird. Thank you for being here, and thanks Criterion for having me in here.